Hi, dear darling friends. It's Lindsay from Pure Yoga in Bryan, Ohio. And it's Monday. And I did the little dance because you probably have the day off, and I really like that. So I hope you're home and relaxing and enjoying your time away from work, your free day. But I would like to talk today about soothing. So I had a huckleberry of a week this week. Seemed like every time I turned around, I was talking myself off a ledge. And so it's, typical to have a few experiences like that, every week or every couple weeks. But gosh, it just seemed to be happening over and over this week. And that's all right, but I just had to really practice and experience the power of soothing, and it was so nice. So I just want to introduce you to this idea and even invite you to explore it in your life. And it happens to be a perfectly pertinent week to be talking about this because many of us find that when we take a day off of work, that when we come back, there's an extra day's worth of work for us to do in a short week. So you may find that a few things crop up this week and give you the opportunity to self-soothe. One of the really primary ways to do this is just to come to the breath. Taking a second to hit the reset button, drawing your awareness back to the breath and letting each breath get a little longer. It's the perfect way to kind of hit pause and gather yourself. But this week, there were a couple times that did not get me there. And I had to begin to kind of have a conversation with myself. And we're doing this all day long anyway, but sometimes it goes, oh, you're being ridiculous, and we're just really mean to ourselves. And so I invite you to have a different kind of experience where you're willing to treat yourself as you would a sick little child, or treat yourself as you would treat a loved one, or maybe even your best friend. And be really kind and say nice things when you're upset. So this week, as I was going through some things, I began saying things like, I'm doing all right. Everything is really going to turn out all right. All things work out in the end. Will I even remember this in 2 weeks? Or especially in 6 months? I don't think so. I don't have to make this a big deal if I don't want to. And in fact, I don't even have to think about it right now if I don't want to. I'm the only thinker in my mind, and I get to decide what I want to focus on. Even more, I get to decide what I want to think about that which I'm focusing on. And so I really have control of this, and I can revisit this topic when I'm feeling a little bit better, or maybe not at all. That sounds even better. So I was saying just really nice general things just to kind of slow down the momentum of the situation, because it's so easy to go down the rabbit hole. It's so easy to go speak to a trusted friend or to call your spouse or a colleague and just go right into the trash can and start spilling your guts. And the trouble is, this is literally pouring gasoline on a lit fire. It just makes it so much bigger and so much worse. And then in 2 weeks when you've forgotten about it, that person's like, hey, remember when you told me about that? Well, how's that going? And you gotta relive the whole thing all over again. So this week, as things come up for you, do yourself a favor, hit the pause button, take a few breaths, and then begin to communicate with yourself so kindly, finding more self-gentleness, more self-kindness, and you'll find that you're able to maintain equanimity through situations that would have previously taken you out of the game, and that you can actually also afford greater degrees of kindness and gentleness to other people as well, which is a beautiful way to interact. And I think you'll really find it to be a revolutionary practice. So I hope you'll check it out this week, and I can't wait to see you next week. Thank you so much for being here. Oh wait, one more thing I almost forgot. I wanted to mention that it's kind of helpful if you have kind of run some pre-game on what you're gonna say before you get into a huckleberry pickle. because once you're in it, it can be easy to just respond in the same way as usual. So perhaps even write out a few statements on a card that you carry with you. Things like, all is well, I am deeply loved, this is really going beautifully, I'm sure. That one's kind of tough. Or, there's something here for me even if I don't realize it right now. So find a few statements that would help you in that moment, and then remember to use them when you get there. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.